recording restarted. Party, or at least the players have done some on paper, some divvying. Go ahead and tell me at least who's getting what magic item.
Stelios is getting the Spear of the Lost Kobold King.
Okay.
And he's picking up a pair of suit of armor from one of those orcs because it's much better than his armor.
Okay, I'm pasting the spear onto your. I'm going to put it under your weapon sets. Feel free to move it to whichever slot you want it in. I assume it's going to be in a slot.
Oh, yes, for sure. It will be the primary.
All right. And
Oorex is getting Flinger.
Okay, party on loot. Flinger, the +1 small sling, and the circlet of persuasion.
He's also getting the circlet of persuasion because he's the one who talks and has the skills to talk. Icky Macer is being saved a page of spell knowledge for a large person.
Okay, those are just going to the bottom of your sheet.
Okay, the circlet or the ring of protection is going to Grande because he seems to get hit a lot.
Okay, I'm just going to leave those on the sheet until they're back.
Okay, so I guess those are going to Zilch's pile in holding until
they're small enough. Zilch could hold them. Yeah.
The Cloak of Resistance, I think, was going to Chimchim.
Okay.
Chimchim.
I'm gonna put
it was Chimchim or Nils. It'll be up to Ahmed to decide.
Ahmed, which one?
Chimchim.
Chimchim. Okay. Shoulders. It's going right onto your character sheet. Go ahead and adjust your saves. You guys were saving Hunter.
Nils has 1 wisdom. I think he'll go. Actually, no, I'll throw it to Nils.
Okay, well, grab it off Chimchim and.
Yeah, no problem.
Hunter is a +1 Bane human battle axe. We also note some of the casters note that the powers of the magic items seem to be put into rings that are attached to masterwork weapons. With some knowledge and some know-how in this Jing-verse, you might be able to remove one of the ring powers and put it on a different item. Instead of runes from our old campaign, there might be an even simpler technology that is being employed here.
Charm bracelets.
Yeah, kind of, for your weapons. There might also be the thing for the armor, but you haven't come across the
I'm still having fun with masterwork armors and better armors in the tree.
Potions, feel free to divvy.
So I think it's Granite getting 1 bull strength and Nils getting the other.
Okay, I will put one of them on Nils' sheet.
I think Icky Macer and Granite are each getting a Cure Light Wounds potion.
Okay.
There you go. By default, if you die.
I think it would be Icky Macer and Chimchim getting your mage armor potions. They don't wear armor.
Okay. I'll put one on Chimchim.
And then I think Zilch hasn't gotten anything yet, so I think Zilch gets the potion of resist electricity.
Okay. I'll put that on Zilch.
Cool. I mean, you got a pretty big pile there if those 2 guys don't come back, but don't worry, we're coming back.
Who got the potions of Cure Light Wounds? Was it Granite and Icky Macer?
Granite and Icky Macer.
Okay. That's funny. Don't die pile. All right, so they're there. You guys are resting. I'm going to roll random encounters in this area while you are waiting for the right period to start your resting.
Yep.
Nothing shows up. When it gets time, people are starting to get sleepy. You've divvied up some of the treasure.
We do put a watch. We're not
cool.
complete noobs.
Who's first on watch?
We'll put Oorex will be first on watch. It'll go Oorex, Nils, Oorex, Nils, and Stelios, or Oorex, Nils, Stelios, and Chimchim. Like that.
Okay. Were there any activities? There was about a 4 hour block before it was time to rest, and Zilch will just be whenever.
Anybody have armor needing repairs or that kind of stuff?
Yeah. Also, yeah. What are you doing in this time? You spend about an hour sorting through your treasure and identifying. So you've got a maybe 3 or 4 hour block before it's time to go to sleep.
Stelios prays to the cask of Athena
Yep.
that has been filed and is
Burby.
like cleans it and does his best to make it look
Okay.
not like a. I suppose if nothing else, the Lickaboot tribe was clean, so it wouldn't be all muddy and stuff. But it's like
There's still a little bit of like, Stelios, you get the sense that some of the paint that is not part of the actual box construction is faded and scratched in places. You wonder if one of the slime sat on it and ate some of the paint. It just looks old compared to the vibrant, well-painted, well-maintained box that the priestesses of Athena brought to her holy place on the shores.
it needs repair.
Yeah, it needs like repainting. It's smoothed. If you have any appraise, thanks.
I am Stelios. People tell me what's important,
The,
what's valuable.
the kobolds must have used it roughly because it's worn.
What's that? Great. Good they are monsters.
Stelios
Steve.
knows that even if the things that you find are too big to carry, because they are the artifacts of a god, that these boxes allow even the simplest followers
As
to
in,
carry it.
yeah. It's awesome. Okay, we're going to do our best to appreciate and
Yep.
show some love.
Okay. Zilch says she'll take the last watch.
Okay.
With Stelios sleeping up against the door, she's too small to really like get loose if you're worried about her doing anything while you guys are sleeping.
Going nuts or
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't sound like you're doing anything. I don't know if Chimchim's playing doctor or not.
So Stelios is going to distribute the last of his healing before.
Okay, Zilch has
Go to
got
bed.
10 damage, Chimchim's got 7, and the rest it looks like will heal overnight. Oorex got 4.
Okay, so yeah. I think Oorex will eat a berry from Chimchim because he hasn't eaten a berry yet.
Okay.
That'll bring him to 3, and then he'll heal the rest by sleeping.
Does that mean none of you have eaten, like you're not using your food stores today?
No.
Okay.
And if we keep dying, their food stores keep growing.
Yeah, I think on the time tracker you still have 6 units of food, so your party still has food to spare.
Okay.
All right.
So we'll eat a berry. Stelios will use a cure or a lay on hands on Chimchim that gets rid of 7, and he will. I think that. Oh, and then another lay on hands on Zilch, and then I think we're good for the morning.
Okay.
Chimchim is an elf, so he sleeps 2 hours. Or meditates for 2 hours.
He sleeps for 4.
Is it 4? That was 2.
Yeah, that's the ring of sustenance.
Oh, yeah.
For 4.
And then there's a whole bunch of armor and a whole bunch of
You still need to rest for 8
arrows.
hours for your divine spells. Or for your arcane spells, your alchemist. Still requires sleep.
How long would it take for him to repair all our damaged stuff?
1 dent per 4 hours.
So you
One dent in 4 hours?
So you can do 1 dent tonight. We have time for 1 dent.
Or I'll do that in the morning. What about broken arrows? Is that considered a
10 minutes per arrow, I think.
Right, with your mending spell.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So you've got a 3-hour chunk after divvying with the treasure. That's 6 arrows an hour. You could,
Actually, what does his robe weigh? Because he dented his robes.
you could fix his robes.
Just mend your robes.
Sweet. I'm not naked anymore.
Yeah, your
hanging out in
cotton
your
battle robe, +1 AC, weight 5 pounds. You're not 5th level yet. Give me a second.
I don't think you can actually. It's too hard.
Mending.
It's too
I'll
It's
do the
fine.
underwear part.
pound per level.
Yeah, so you can't do it with just the spell. It is 1 pound per level for an object. What you could do is do parts of it and then actually do a craft armor and armor check to repair it. You could either do a bunch of arrows, or you could just make a repair check for your specific armor. Basically, you end up ripping it into 4 chunks, mending those 4 parts, and then sewing it back together. So it looks bad. You've got these heavy stitching and a cross down your armor, but you have the skills to repair that. That would just be your task, repairing your
Race, old age, fashion is for noobs.
He'll do that. He'll do
Okay,
that.
so you spend your time repairing your armor. Okay,
Mhm.
cool. Nice.
What's the roll?
No, you've got the skills.
I do have craft
You
armor.
have +7. Do you have tools?
Yeah, there were tools from the kobolds.
I will let you, with your high wisdom, have said that I grabbed the right tools from the kobolds.
We needed
Just
the
for
archery
this,
ones.
just for this task. Given your strength of 4, you took the 2 tools you needed to fix your specific armor,
Oh,
leaving
I thought
the
we
set
had.
of
Took a
tools.
pair of shears.
No,
I thought we had
Wood
all of
thread.
them.
You did not drag all the equipment from the
Oh.
kobold.
There's the
lair.
archery one that we'd have taken for our nails.
Okay, you could put that right on your sheet then. Nils can carry it. Chimchim, you have the tools specific to craft your
Underwear.
battle robe. No, it's a thick robe, and you restitch it and repair it that night. All right.
Oh,
That
over
evening,
and under and through, and over and under and through. He does that.
sitting in the silver bowl chamber, finally light spells go out. Zilch taps a little bit, and you can hear her moving around a little bit, and then she finally settles in just to do a watch. Mighty Dragonor. Mighty.
The real wealth is in friends, people, society. Protect society. That will make you wealthy. Biggest hoard there is.
Yeah, not all dragons like friends. Some of them get by just being grouchy grouches.
Stare at shiny things by yourself, then what?
Grouches. Sitting on their hoards, growing old, being grouchy.
Getting hemorrhoid.
What's a hemorrhoid? Do I want them?
No.
No.
Go to sleep. Shut up.
Finally, you guys drift off a little bit, thinking about the little dragon and dragon hordes, and something different is happening.
Uh-oh. Maybe we shouldn't be sitting in a sacrificial chamber while we sleep. Does Zilch come with us?
Nope.
I guess that's true, because Zilch is not one of us. Oh, he's going to be salty in the morning.
Zilch is not one of us.
Yeah, should we be going?
Don't worry, I'm just drawing a thing, and then I'll.
Drawing a great big X, marking the poison spot that we fall into.
No, I need a.
Despite Chimchim's best efforts, he hasn't died this session yet.
Or by my hands, somebody else will.
Let's see if I can do this quickly.
You're lucky that the guard with the longbow didn't just drop the bow, pull out his spear, and stab Chimchim while you're just lying on the ground in front of him.
And I need a granite token because I accidentally.
Hey, buddy. How you doing, bud?
Great.
What's the vote, eh?
Is there a map we should be going to or not yet?
It's the same
Thing.
map. It's just in the darkness. I have to go to the
Okay.
map. Grab granite. Granite. Entry chambers. All right. The room that you appear in is about a 30 by 30 by 30 block. There are two perfectly blue spheres hanging motionlessly inside are reconstituted Icky-Macer and a reconstituted granite.
Where should we be looking?
However,
Thank
the block that is to the one side of the chamber is currently raising, and you can see this greenish light coming out from underneath. The four of you seem to have awoken. You almost feel like you're in an ethereal dream-like state, but you know that all four of you are there. The question hasn't been posed, like, who do you want? What are you doing?
Looking for a shield and spear.
Yeah, you've got your items on
Okay.
you.
I point my shield at the door and I ready my spear over the shield. Like
Yep.
I do warrior things.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I think we are safe here, Stelios.
Do you
Well,
feel safe yet?
As safe as safe can be.
Okay. You can see that there are several bubbles inside, maybe more, but they are green, like just a ambient green light coming from these glass bubbles.
Time goes by, I'll detect evil through the hole.
Okay. There's no evil directly from the hole. Like it doesn't. You don't sense any.
I don't like that direction or yeah.
Nope. But the hole does go in, and there's a lot of green bubbles. All right. Chimchim, Nils, Oorex, are you guys doing anything as Stelios is confronting the other room?
This is a fuck you room. Oorex will take a peek under, like you try to catch a, what's in the green thing.
Okay, so you don't quite see into this green thing. It's a little bit cloudy, but you can see a dude that is also suspended in this next green bubble. It is a balding human warrior in full plate with a great sword in his hands. He looks really angry and completely unmoving.
Oh, hero shopping. What mercenary shopping?
Fascinating. Cold-hearted yet interesting.
Nils, you see your friend, Biff Ludson. He was part of your squad and you fought with him for months. He is in a bubble. I believe he was a corporal.
He's Stelios. You might want that guy's armor.
For Stelios, he looks like a 6'1", 200-pound strong guy. He's got a cold iron bastard sword in his hands. And he's in this really, really heavy looking armor that you've never seen the likes of.
He runs in.
Okay,
He'd be
Nils?
inspired by the length of the blade.
There is light filling the room, and you can see all sorts of people suspended in bubbles, and a very curious looking Jing statue at the far end of the hall. The Jing statue at the end of the hall has a book open that he's holding and a big smile on his face.
I don't like games. I mean, I like games, but I don't like this game.
Nils, you go running in. There's a dwarf in here, but it's really, really cloudy, and you can't quite see who exactly is in there. You recognize it as about approximately the size of a dwarf. This is definitely an elf. This is very clear. It's an elf with a bow. Looks like he's got a fancy cloak and some nice boots. Hey, he's got the same orange flag that you found on the elves, apparently, that Chimchim knows.
These are some of our fallen comrades. Biff, how did you get here?
Biff
Biff was there. He that's the sword that he picked up, right?
Yes. Are you touching the sphere, or?
No.
Okay.
They don't. Everyone come. Look. This is fascinating. Disturbing, but fascinating.
Oorex, it's some really, really... He's trying hard to look leafy. The fletching on his arrows are the color of, like, fall leaves. There's this haughtiness about his...
What a try hard.
there's just some dwarf. Like, they're not labeled in any way. You can't see. It's just so, like, there's light, but it's too obscured to see exactly what it is. Well, this one's weird. This one looks like a frog man. It's also really cloudy. Like, you can't quite make out what exactly it's holding and its features. This guy's very clear. He looks like a big dumb human warrior. He's so dumb that he doesn't wear the helmet on his full plate, like that kind of. To you, dumb.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
His next one, however, is a spitting image of Stelios.
Nils.
Yes.
I don't want to be called insensitive about all humans looking alike, but that's fucking Stelios, right?
Oh shit.
There are some telltale signs that it's not Stelios. A little bit of a scar. He looks a little more pouty. You can't quite tell what he's armed with. Like, it's a little bit cloudy, but you can make out that it looks like Stelios.
Stelios. Chimchim, come, quick. Don't touch
Chimchim,
anything.
you walk into the room and you recognize Eldar Vanek. He's the one that came to your town looking for the 2 missing groups of elves.
Hey! What are you doing in there, Elder? Quit being lazy. You got me running around here?
Don't touch anything.
He does not answer.
Hey,
This generation of elves, I tell you, is nothing impressive at all.
So, is this your uncle, your son, your brother?
Stelios, it's your brother. This is Stavaros Papas. He's your younger brother. He's the 3rd-born son of the family.
Why is he here?
That's the same question I have about my friend. He was running around.
He went to a nearby city-state. Basically, firstborns are expected to follow and look after their family's holdings. Secondborn was your sister. She was going to be married off to somebody or join a priesthood. And then the 3rd-born had a much more freedom, and he was taken away by other relatives of your family to go maybe serve a temple. Stavaros is 21. I don't know how old Stelios is.
Stelios is 24. Very prolific family, as everybody was back then. 25.
25? Okay, so yeah, 3 children in very quick succession. That's possible. He wore all of your hand-me-downs. He was a little bit more of a troublemaker, as the 3rd-born tend to be.
This is a trick.
He appears to be unmoving. You know that he... You actually don't know enough about how he trained and lived. Like, he lived far away, basically, like in a rival city-state that had ties with your family.
Okay.
Stivaros Papas, his nickname is Stiv.
Okay, we're going to put away our fancy magic spear, and we're pulling out a javelin. We're walking towards the Jinn statue.
All right, the next, it's also very cloudy, but you're pretty sure there is a male half-orc inside.
Probably somebody to do with Grande.
The next one, all you can tell is somebody in robes. The one over here is hulking and large and also cloudy, but Stelios, you're like, it's a fucking minotaur.
The great beast. This is a minotaur. I know this one. It's looking for like trappings of like which god might have sent this minotaur.
Any of the ones in this weird symbol of the hooded figure are like clouded and
hard to see.
Uncertain and hard to see. There might be reasons for that.
Yeah. Just uncertain what they are yet. Okay. Stelios is going to go and yell at the Jing statue.
Elf, dwarf, bullywug, biff, Stivaros, half-orc, robed person, minotaur, completely obscured. There's something inside there, you can't tell what. And then a bird mask wearing lady, Oorex. While you may not want to admit to others, this is your sister Zima.
Yeah, see, I'm a charisma 14. That's a charisma more than 14.
Zima is a reincarnated Kenku. She is part of a weird cult called the Cult of Humanity Reborn, where she underwent a ceremony to die and become reincarnated as a human. Hence the medium size and bird mask as opposed to
pauldrons as opposed to
Yep. While your parents thought this was an anathema, I don't know what your relationship with your sister is, whether you could maintain contact with her or not. But she does live in Empirica. She's from Empirica. She's just fell under sway of some very strange cult that basically promises the benefits of being human in the human-centric empire to those who start off as not.
She could have at least picked being a little human.
Timing of this is very different. Very difficult to understand. He was fine when I was taken.
So, well, I guess Oorex doesn't have context for this. You were taunting us, right?
What are you two talking about?
Stelios is hucking a javelin at the Jing statue.
Hey!
Just a regular javelin?
It's a regular javelin.
Yeah, it bounces off the Jing statue and clatters to the ground. It rolls into a crack somewhere. Just get rid of your javelin. It's unrecoverable.
Yeah, I'll take that. The archmares that we took, the dead.
The Jing statue's also big smile.
Oh, it's got the shit-eating grin statue.
The book is open. There is writing and some pictures on the open book. Like, he's holding out a book for you to read. And should any of you go up to the book, I'm going to pull a sheet called Meat Market Profiles into the character section. And these profiles have various bits of information. Some are fully filled out. Others have lots of question marks. They have name, sex, race, type, age, size, height, weight for some of them, class, gestalt, in certain words that allow you to know what they are, their background, what world they're from, known associates or known relatives, and some special gear that they might have been carrying.
There's like Biff Ludson is in such a bad position. If there's another special group of guests, him getting ganked for gear, yeah, we want that guy. The fucking kill him, take his stuff, like beat him up, take his stuff, then kill him. I don't know if the gear would separate, but like
Oorex, are you going to go look?
Oh yeah, Oorex is gonna go look.
Okay, yeah, you quickly scan down and you can see Zima Corbo, female, human, reincarnated Kenku, human, humanoid. Her skills are unknown, but her background is she's part of the cult of humanity reborn. She's from Empirica, and known relatives Oorex Corbo.
Yeah, fucking cheating. It's written in Jinglish, right?
Yep. You quickly scan known relatives Stelios Papas, known associate Icky Macer, known relatives Granite Wolfsheim. The name of the person that is the half-orc is Dusk Wolfsheim. Known relatives for the Boggard is Bod to Bod, from the homeworld of Immensa. You recognize the homeworld. It's where the dinosaurs and volcanoes and stuff are. The
Best
dwarf,
steaks come from Immensa.
the only details aside from it being a male dwarf is homeworld Ruak Durak, known associates Trothgar. The Minotaur is completely unknown aside from it's a male Minotaur. And then the wild card has no information. It is actually called wild card in a font that suggests that it's not its name.
Yeah, it's just.
Known associates for the elf is Chimchim from a homeworld called Crucible.
Welcome to the meat market, fellas.
Yeah.
Not to play games. We do not play games. Trying to suggest we don't play games to the rest of them.
These push holes.
All right. You feel that your presence here is starting to fade. Are there any final actions that you're going to take before you return back to your little...
Yeah, what's his name?
I'm going to try to... It's very... Oorex is... Oh, actually, wait a sec.
Nils is heading towards the bottom where those two other guys are. He's going to go ping one.
Oorex is going to cast the pinning feather, whatever it's called. Okay. He's going to attempt to memorize the list.
Okay.
He watched first. I don't know where we are in the watches. I don't really want to reset my sleeping time. But it would be Scrivener's chant. But yeah, no, we're going to try to memorize that list to try to like reproduce it.
Okay. It's in Jinglish. You find it really easy to memorize, at least the information that's there. You're pretty sure that Jing wants you to know this information.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to try to memorize this information.
Okay. A few moments later, you guys reappear in this room, like no matter what you were doing.
Yeah, Nils had already made his way back.
Okay, you kind of appear, and you're being asked the question. This time it's FIFO or LIFO.
First in, first out.
First in, first out.
And it's this time. Oh.
Do you wish to have Granite back? Or a substitute? Mills.
Oorex will. Oh,
What's your vote?
Granite.
Chimchim, what's your vote?
He looks. Granite is useful, very, of course, but we could definitely use more magic. We're lacking in that. Hey, Sticky Mace, my boy.
He is unmoving.
That's it. Your silence is thanks enough.
Oh, such a good line.
Sticky Mace, it is for me. I didn't help with that, but that's what my characters would have done.
All right, Chimchim, are you saying yes or no to Granite coming back? So do you want Granite to come back, or do you want a substitute to come back? That is
No, I'll take.
question.
Oh, I'll take Granite. Yeah, he'll. If
Okay.
it's just for Granite, then yes.
All right, Stelios.
I don't play games. He abstains, if that's the thing.
Yep.
Don't be an ass.
Oorex.
I don't play games. I don't play games!
Oorex.
Oorex, yeah. He certainly knew how to take Core to the back.
Vote for people so they can
for
vote.
Oorex. Oorex will vote for him. Yeah.
You don't want to be voted off the island now, do you?
Granite is slowly reforms while disappearing simultaneously from the bubble beside you.
I have rescued you, Granite, my young lad. Embrace Chimchim. Come.
I'm back again.
There you are, son.
Where are we?
We had just near the meat market.
Yeah, the door is the block was, while you guys were busy voting, was slowly going back down in position. My son is in there.
That would be dusk, right?
My
Probably
first
safer in the bubble than out in this torment.
It looks like there's one inside for each of us. There's one that we all recognize. So, just to be fair, we're going to stick
he
with
does a quick
bringing.
count. The 10 bubbles in there.
Yes. Well, some spares, maybe? I don't know all of them.
How
How
do we get them out? Like he's actually he's a bit more emotional. He's at the door, like trying to figure out how to open it.
He didn't go through all the fighting and stuff, right? He got a nice
No.
timeout land.
Granite. Listen one moment.
He then feels his chest where he got ran through by by the
Yep.
beetle horn.
You're whole again, but Jing controls everything here. If one way is through these votes to get them out of the bubble, perhaps there is another way. We were able to gain our strength through donations. Perhaps there's something else that we can do to free the ones we care for.
There's one in there that looks like you, he says to Stelios.
That is my brother or a facsimile thereof. This is a game by a horrible evil man.
He reaches for imaginary tomato. I guess there's none on him.
Well, you have your gear.
Oh,
you think you're physically here.
have a cherry tomato. So these are sweet. There you go.
He takes it. He doesn't eat it right away, but
Calm down.
Know when they're magic or not.
The important thing here is this, Granite and all. In order to save the ones that we want to rescue, we need to at least survive ourselves, yes?
I don't like this. He drops the tomato and he's pounding on the door.
Shit.
Stelios agrees. I don't like this either.
Granite, when he's asked, do you want Icky Macer to return or for a substitute? He give me a charisma check, Chimchim, and I think it was Stelios that We're trying to convince them that this is just a game, not real. There might be other ways.
Oh, yeah, it's like, well, Oorex thinks you just need to win. Then you get whatever you want. 19 from Stelios.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna fuck it up for you, buddy. Oh, 19 from Chimchim.
Okay, the best he can do is tie. He abstains when he's asked the question, do you want Icky Maester back?
Stelios still says abstain.
Let's go back the opposite way. Oorex, what are you saying for Icky Maester?
That guy's fire. Fuck yeah. Get that out here. Come on down, Ikebasa.
You're the next contestant on Jing's right.
Stelios?
About to play games. I abstain. Will not amuse you.
Jim?
Maybe he will learn his lesson this time and not run in like a fool. Isn't that right, young sticky maker? Yes. I vote for him to come back and learn
He's
more.
Follow him in.
All right, Nils.
Yes. He
Okay.
fought. He went down in battle. He needs to come back and continue with us.
You all fade from this place and awaken. Granite and Icky Maester are not in the confined little space where you guys had set up your rest.
Oh,
Yeah. Oorex, where did you appear
Are
when
they
you first
in the
came?
meeting room? Are they in the entry chamber?
Yeah, you quickly open up the hall and they're standing in the entry chamber.
fill the halls with your dead friends. Ba-la-la-la-la, ba-la-la-la. Sorry.
Granite, is that
That's
you?
good.
It's me. Granite does not seem happy as Oorex, you crack open the door. That are the others.
Hey, it's a little cozy. We're in here.
They
You,
wander over.
Granite Hikimesa. It's good.
Okay. From this point forward, Marty, all downtime unless otherwise stated, Oorex is making as many detailed notes, descriptions, drawings as he can of this place.
Oh, this place? Okay, you're trying to.
He's trying to not just maps, but like make a full fucking textbook on this thing.
It's going to be Urex's guide to the
Oorex's guide to the
Grand Temple of Jing.
Grand
Okay.
Temple of Jing. Yeah.
I like that.
You do have a scroll. Are you putting that as the first part? This is the scroll that you still have called the Canticle of Jing.
Yes, that'll be the beginning. That'll be the opening. The forward. Be an enchantment or an incantation to get sent there. Yeah. Yeah, we're chronicling our time here.
Jing will take coins from beggars, and Jing will take jewels from lords. Jing is the reason that kings have vaults and that dragons guard their hoards. Jing is the reason for locks, and Jing is the reason for doors. Jing is the reason for death traps on ceilings, walls, and floors. Jing is the god of the dungeon. Jing is the god of the maze. Jing is the god of labyrinth, where everybody stays.
We're working on the last bit right now.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Oh. Hey,
Everything has a price.
you were
Every-
lying. They're back.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
This is Granite.
Oh, this is Zilch. She's a dragon. She's a mighty dragon, and we're helping her build a horde, and she's helping us out. She's an
Apparently,
excellent drummer.
Zilch apparently means nothing. Well, that was a little bit too much here. Let's just go sit down and make it less awkward. Come on in.
It appears to be a pseudo dragon. Sometimes wizards bind with them as with their familiars.
I'm no wizard's familiar.
So you'll be happy to know we killed Lickaboot, cut him down real good.
Yeah,
And
I
so
remember running against his entire bodyguard with all the arrows. You were supposed to back me up, Chimchim.
I told you to run back. Next time, listen to old Chimchim.
Mazer looks frustrated.
He hasn't died yet. We haven't had a chance to vote.
There was something that I saw when I was being reborn. There are other people trapped in here. 10 of them.
Yes, I have a list of their names.
I think
This
you notice Mazer's. I think
one is
one
your
of them,
apprentice, I think.
I'm having a difficulty remembering them.
Do the rest of us have difficulties remembering this event?
Nope. Something happened. I've had quite a few apprentices. I maybe do not recall which one.
Well, what it comes down to is we recognize that the people there are related to us in one way or another, and another one of Jing's games. But we will be able to find a way to get them out. Don't you worry. There's
The
a
apprentice
way.
was fuzzy, wasn't it? It was fuzzy.
Fuzzy,
Yeah.
wuzzy, buzzy.
My firstborn son is in those orbs.
Yes.
Right.
I'm
If it is
sorry.
your son, it is not fake. We don't know what's in there.
It's polite to step out when you have. There's not enough room. Everyone step out. So
We won't know until we vote somebody out who dies, says Grande.
Oh shit. Who wants some tomato soup? It's fresh and warm.
Okay. At this point in time, Chimchim, digging around in your gear, you notice that one of the flags that you guys found.
Mhm.
Give me a second. Gear. The Sillumi elf flag, the orange flag that the hunting parties use and the people of your country use when they wander around the countryside to identify themselves as friend.
Mhm.
This flag is glowing and disappearing, and you know that you have collected one of the lost Sillumi flags, and that there are something like 29 left to go.
Yeah, that's a start.
They've padded out the game. We have to-
Everyone, look for items.
There were 13 members of the Deer Step party and 13 members of the Light Jaunt party, which means that you have 26 flags to find. Not to mention that Molini also disappeared in this place, so I'm going to mark down under a page that I have called Missing Elves. 1 out of 26 flags recovered. You know that you need to bring the flags back to the entry chambers.
Did the main lady also have one?
The main lady.
So there was 13 plus 13 plus 1. Or is it 13 plus 13?
No sign of Molini. She was not. Okay. She was not a
didn't have a flag.
hunting party. No.
But something interesting to note. Something very interesting to note. You said something there, Nils, that he was still running around when you were taken. Then how could he be there already? Did he get captured as well? Were you separated perhaps? Or maybe he played with, maybe Jing is playing with time. Putting things, reordering them. Enough of that. I'm gonna make soup.
So after sleeping, you guys recover 3 hit points.
Yep.
I think some of you got healing before bedtime?
Yeah, everybody had healing so that the main party would all be healed.
Okay.
Salos had just enough to keep everybody topped off.
Okay. So all of your
On this-
scrapes and bruises are gone.
On this day, we should.
Oh, and Niels, you recover 1 con. You're still at -1 con.
That's wrong. On this day, we should defeat the orcs.
Oh, my head agrees, says or says Granite,
Granite, yeah.
as he seems to get pains from his new eye.
You missed. There was the orcs attempted to kill the kobolds when we attempted to leave after defeating the druid.
Yes.
Um,
Not
we
the numbers
slew
I
many-
agreed with.
Many orcs died yesterday. You'd be very happy.
So they didn't wait, and they didn't send 10?
No, they
they
sent
sent
more
everyone.
like 20 some.
Do any still yet live?
Yes. Some ran away.
At least a dozen died.
That is where they got all these nice new treasures they're wearing, says Icky Macer. And new armor, he says, and gives a little tug
Ah.
on the...
This ring is yours.
Okay, hey, Granite, here's a ring. It'll help you from getting hit by a big orc.
Granite shrugs and puts on the ring. He looks a little surprised at first when it like resizes for his.
Yeah, it was a kobold-sized ring.
Yep.
Yep.
I will certainly add that to the AC of Granite. Deflection +1.
So, Granite, are you feeling inspired?
What do you mean?
Well, I felt inspired yesterday after we gave a donation to Jing. You
Yes.
should be inspired too. So
He
What
actually
can
pulls
you do
something.
now?
He pulls something out of his like something around his neck that may not have been there before, and you can see this weird holy symbol of a gauntlet like with an eye on it. I've been blessed by Helm, the Vigilant One. Yeah,
I
he
like
looks
this.
at you guys and you're like, you have no idea what he's talking about. He's
Stelios likes the idea of being blessed by the Vigilant One. Like those words sound okay. They're
Righteous.
not the worst.
he's the god of guardians. The one
Guardian
that
of
watches.
civilization.
He's the one that watches over those who watch.
Funny, those that are spying.
No, those are vigilant against spies.
That's a funny little one.
A lot of internal affairs.
Hey, Chimchim is grabbing his spoon. He's wondering if there's anything different about it.
Nope. Well, cast level 3.
All right. He's starting to make pulls like a little, the little thing starts. Although the thing casts like what's it called? He can use it to feed everybody. He does it with a bit of flavor, spices.
Okay, so you're feeding everyone with the good berries.
Gonna get mono.
It's not the good berries. It's the Wonder Spoon.
Sustenance, but
Right, which ends up
sustenance.
summoning. What is it?
Once per day food for 6 medium creatures.
Nice. Yeah, it's very bland. You need to add spice and.
Yeah, he that's what he does. And it's
Okay, he feeds you like 3 scoops from the same spoon, and you guys are fed.
I'm gonna do profession cook or alchemist.
This horrible porridge that ends up being spiced up.
16.
It's tomatoey gruel as opposed to just bland gruel.
I miss olives. I miss honey. I
Yes,
miss wine.
yes, there's lots of ingredients I'm missing to make it more flavorful, but it's better than nothing, don't you think, Stelios? You're a soldier.
Granite doesn't complain. Icky Macer agrees with Stelios that he misses a nice spread of cheese and meat and pickled vegetables.
Yes, but this is
When we-
better than starving, you
So,
whiny
Granite,
little
when
ones.
When we get out of this place, I will take you to meet my son. Your son can meet my son, and we will have a great feast.
I have a rather large family.
My farm is bountiful.
Okay, Icky Macer, the Persian dude getting along with the Greek dude.
Lots of trade happened. A
Yep.
little bit of fighting happened, but lots of trade.
Yep. Yeah, sure. You guys think about the meals that you've had with your families, and for a brief moment, Chimchim, people aren't feeling so dire.
Yeah, good.
Zilch doesn't like it when you give Zilch a taste.
You eat this stuff?
He's how many of us are there?
6. Zilch
Including
Zilch had a little nibble just to taste it. Didn't like it.
I can make you the tomatoes, but I'm starting to run low. And they don't last forever. I need to get some soil and start planting them soon.
I ate beetles yesterday. I'm good for now.
Yes, but tomatoes need to grow. We need to start making tomatoes. Trust me, Zilch.
No.
Trust me.
No, I don't really know. You're kind of old and kooky.
Yes.
You know that tomatoes are part of a family of poisons, yeah?
Yeah. Poison for one is nutrition for another, they say.
Zilch laughs.
When I get smarter, I'll take poison use. But right now, poisons have a higher DC than I can give them anyway.
Dragons have great constitutions.
She's still just checking Icky Macer's out and looking at Granite. Granite growls at it and she scrambles away.
I think we're gonna go set up. I think, like, unless maybe has a different idea. I think we're gonna go push the orcs tomorrow.
Yep.
Yes, agreed.
It's a good
time
place
on the wall. Yeah,
Yep. It's a good place to leave it. As is tradition, we name our games after we play.
Nobody died. Or meat market.
+2.
You want to call it Meat Market?
Meat market.
Meat Market.
Give me back my son.
There was just going to be... So the module just called for just some randos in the Meat Market. I'm like, nah. Marty's Jing is much, much more of a bastard than that.
Well, it's like, are they even them? Are we even us? There's a whole bunch of we have so many existential questions.
If so, then why? And if why, then who?
If not when, then now?
Yes, you're getting it. It is all made up shit. All right.
It's this whole Stelios is no, I'm not playing your game. That's not. I'm not playing your game. This is a game. We're not playing the game. Eventually, it's probably going to play the game. Eventually, there'll be a vote that's not going to be obviously going in one direction, where it'll be like, oh no, politics is happening.
Well, there was a very salient point. It's like, they're safe in there. If we win, we can get whatever we want. If we pull anyone out now, they have to deal with the hell that we're going through.
Right. Well, this is the whole right now they're until we go in there and they start cycling, being like, oh, that maybe somebody else is also picking people. That will change the friggin'
if they change. If
well,
they change.
You already had some names that were known associates of people you don't recognize.
Yep. 5 other people. Or 6 other people. It was 5, right?
Yep.
So it's not quite 2 parties worth. There's some formula. There's another party of 4 out there. Hopefully they don't die. Maybe they're just very successful and never die. What'll be hilarious is if we meet people that end up in those tubes later.
We come off their island and end up in the tubes.
Well, we also don't know what happens if we've assumed that if we get voted off, we end up in a tube. We don't know that. Yeah. And we don't know if we end up in this market. We might end up in another market. We don't know how many markets there are, how many different things are happening simultaneously.
Oh, this module's fun. It's only fun. The basis was there. Like every other module, you need to read it. chew on it, make it your own. Because the things you guys have reacted to, most of like 4 out of 5 of them were things that I've thrown in to make it more interesting. Not to try to toot my own horn. I'm just saying when you buy a module, you need to do work to make it your own.
You need to
Yeah.
do some tailoring, right? You buy a suit off the rack, you got to take it into the waist a little bit, or
You need to know your players. You need to know what they're playing. You need to know the context. You need to put your own spin in it. Like we could have just run this like, yeah, there's some mad trickster god, and you're just going through rooms with monsters and traps.
This is more fun.
Work had to be made to stitch it to
Yeah.
the existing campaign verse, right? So. Oh, and there's some beautiful consequences to this too, I think.
We're going to break time. And then I'm going to have a meal with somebody who's 1,000 years older than me.
Oh, I
You
thought you
will
were
meet my
playing.
wife, who's been dead for 3,000 years. Because it's happening. Too bad. Find out that my whole homeworld is eaten by the abyss a millennia ago. Yay.
This is starting to feel like Enter the Dungeon a little bit.
A little bit like that. It's Enter the Dungeon. So the difference with Enter the Dungeon is we were trying to do everything. Like, it feels a little bit like that because death is just like, nah, you're fucking dying, dude. Like, it's just... Some of the encounters are so cruel. And in the beginning of Enter the Dungeon, there were some encounters that were so cruel. But the book monsters were only really bad for the first couple of levels, and then you never really died. You did the burpee dance for a while. Right? It became really hard to die in second ed.
Yep. I wonder how second ed Redux. So they redid second edition. There's a new second edition Pathfinder where they finally got rid of all the last vestiges of Dungeons and Dragons to divorce themselves of Wizards of the Coast.
Getting training with the new gaming license.
Yep. And they tried to say, no, it's the same game. No, they did a 2.5 basically. I haven't bought any of the books. I don't know. Like, I don't play Pathfinder 2 enough. Like, I play it with my cousins once a year. Like, I don't play it enough to go, I need to go out and buy the next version of it to see how it plays. I'm curious, but I just haven't. Like, it's not on. After the way that we played second ed, and we went, yep, that's cool. We tried it twice, the playtest, and then a full campaign, 1st through 20th.
Yep. And it was like, would you ever play this again? It's like I could play each class once, and I would get bored because I do the math for the people around me too. So we get 2 rounds through, and then I'm like, well, I know what all the characters do.
There might be enough options now, given how much time, but I don't know how many of those options got reset by going 2.5, right?
Yeah,
exactly. So
yeah,
yeah, this is good. I like tweaking with our rules and playing with them, and it seems like the Temple of Jing. The Grand Temple of Jing is the right place to do it.
It's a good place to.
Good place to leave it for those watching on YouTube, which is where this video will appear. Thanks for watching, and thanks for your support. And always, we hope you enjoy this as much as we do. Peace. Have a good night. We'll chat about game in a second when we just shut down.
GG, you guys.